Hey you guys, it's Debbie from my Vagabond Style, and I'm here today to bring you week 12 of the Margarete Miller Collage Weekly Challenge. I was looking for a little inspiration. Sometimes when I'm looking for inspiration, I go to Pinterest, and I found this that I thought was so cool. It says it's from Lisa Morales Mixed Media, and I went to her site. I visited her site, and I couldn't really see this particular thing, but she does a lot of mixed media, similar like this with different paper piecing, and she's got some really cool stuff. So check out her. Even if this particular piece is not hers, I thought she had so many awesome pieces. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So I just saved that to my board, and then I went ahead and I'll show you an easy way to do this. If you want to kind of do something similar, what you can do is I printed it out from her thing. Obviously, this is nothing that I would want to use. This is her art. But what you can do is, if you're just doing it for yourself and you're not an artist, what you can do is take whatever size you want, put this over it, use a little tape, put it against a window, and you can see the image through it, and then you can sketch out the rough image of it and then take it from there. At least you've got the body of it. So if you are not comfortable drawing it yourself, I went ahead and did this one. This is a little bit different than hers. On hers, she's got, like, you can see the feet and stuff. Mine, I don't have the feet on it. It's very similar, but not the same. And what I would like to use on here is all the prompts that I have, find them, and then kind of hide them in here in the feathers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the background yet, but I thought I would at least get the bird done first. This is going to take a little while, so I'll probably cut some of these out and then come back and show you what I've cut out before I start gluing them on. But what I would like to use is this magazine here. It's got a lot of spring colors in it. This was just a good housekeeping from last year. And so let's go over the prompts real quick and we'll see what we're going to come up with. I already found a few. So a tool commonly found in a garden. I haven't found that one yet, but a piece of postcard, either side. I found this postcard here that I thought would be really cool because it's a great color for and then look at this for the feathers. I think that'll be really cool if I can cut out some of these and it'll look like, the texture on the feathers. So that one will be good. And then a fragrant item from your surroundings. When I was going through this magazine, I found these flowers. So we could use flowers as a fragrant item, which I'm sure a lot of people will use. But I'm going to hide this in my feathers. And then a paper that has a stain or is stained. So I took out my alcohol inks and I was trying the green, but I really don't want green. I think we could make some of this using the cranberry color. And I like that you can kind of see the words behind it. So we'll make some of that here in just a little bit. And then something you could give as a gift. I thought you could give this chocolate bunny as a gift, and we'll hide that in there. We'll make that a feather. Also, the next one is a musical instrument. And right here is a little tiny advertisement for a record. And the guy's holding a guitar, so that will be fun to tuck in there as well. So there's just a few that, I just want to find the common garden tool, and we'll figure that out as we go. So let's go ahead and make some of that cranberry colored that we're going to use for feathers, and I'm just going to kind of put some down on here. So we'll just let that dry and we'll come back to it. I'm going to go ahead and bring you in a little closer because that's a little hard to see because I've done it pretty faint on the outside here. Hope that helps. Okay, this one I don't need. And really, right now, I think maybe the first thing I would probably do on this is going to be the under layer right here. So I could probably like maybe get the size of the eye down and then work on the blue stripe here. If I want to make it blue, I can make it any color I want. But I do like the way this one is here. Yeah, okay, so there's the one I have right here. And there's some sort of blue here. Now, when I'm looking for colors on this, I'm not going to want to go with just a flat blue. I don't really want it to be all like this. I want some variation in it. So I'm going to look for something maybe like water. Water would be really good if I could find something. Even something like this, it's got a little texture to it. But let's just see if we can find some water. Okay. So this would probably be pretty good for the back part here. I'm just going to tear out a little piece. And see what we come up with. So for the eye, it looks like maybe I probably put like a little, it doesn't need to be stark white behind it, but kind of white. That's off-white there. So right now I'm not really even looking at texture, just looking at color. This might be good for behind the eye. Okay. And then the actual eye, I do want that pretty much black. Probably use her hair. I'll try that. And if I don't like it, I'll go back and get just black. Okay, so I'm kind of organized now. I'm gonna just cut out what I think is about the size of the eye. And I'm pretty large. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. So I think I'm probably pretty close. Yes, that's about where I want it. And then I'll do the black. I went ahead and put my paper printout. I think it's just easier because my phone keeps shutting off, so having this handy is nice. And then this is just going to be slightly smaller than the eye. And if I don't get it right the first time, I can try again. Okay, that is a little big. It might be a little small right now. There's a fine line here. That's pretty good. This little top part, there's a little point on it. I'm going to take that point off. So I'm going to make this eye. When I get done, if I don't like the size of this eye, I can always make a different one. But this is what we're going to go with for right now. Put a little bit of, just going to put a little glue on it, tack it down. Okay, there's his eyeball. Now, this, you know what I also think would be fun? If you've got like extra scrapbook paper and stuff like that, it would be really fun to just take all your different scrapbook papers and do this. I just prefer using magazines, but if you've got tons of scrapbook paper laying around, that's what I would do, is try something like that. Okay, now this, all I really need to do is match up the shape of it, because I'm going to go over it with all those feathers. In fact, I kind of like it going with all these lines going this way. So that's what I want to do, is right here. And it's not going to be exact because I don't have any template for it. I'll just try to get close. Okay, so I just basically matched up where the round circle was underneath here, his eyeball. So I've got that. Okay, so now I think the next thing that I probably want to do is his beak. So I'm going to go look for some black, and I'll be right back. I found this pan, and I really like the texture here, how it's all bumpy and everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would be great for the bill. So let me rip this out. This is probably the hardest part, is maybe, I'm thinking, is making the pieces fit in here. After that, I'm just going to be cutting about the same size feathers all the way down, and I think that will be a little bit easier. So let me see if I can get this bill to fit. I like that there's this edge right here. I'm wondering if we could use that for maybe like where it meets. Use that for the bottom part. It's almost the right curve. And let's see what the top looks like. All right, the beak is down, and so now I'm just going to cut all these little pieces, probably 100 or so, and I'll just kind of start from maybe, this is an old postcard. I thought it was interesting. It was from Knoxberry Farm in Buena Park, California. Used to go there when I was a kid. I don't remember this cavern at all, though. Okay, so let me just, they're almost like teardrop shaped. And as long as they kind of all have the same curve, I feel like I'll be okay. I'm not quite sure how big I want them. But you see what I mean? Let me hold it closer. I think that's going to make an awesome feather. So I'm going to cut some of these out and some of the other colors, and I'll be right back. I just kind of wanted to show you guys at this point that I've cut out a lot of the postcard, and I've cut out some of this here. And I do want to put some yellow in here still. I'm going to do some other blues as well. So I think I'm going to use this yellow right here. I like how it's got some green in it. And so I've just basically been sitting here. This is definitely something like, if you enjoy things that take a little bit of time, I feel like the payoff is good. As long as the payoff is good, I'll do it. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you where I was at right now. And I'm just going to keep going. I thought I better record this part. I'm going to cut out the guitar portion here. And I'm not sure where we will work this in, but it will be in one of the feathers. And then here's the candy. I also have candy right here in the little Easter bunny, but I thought I'd do this one too in the blue. Okay, so we'll work that in with the blue somewhere. I'm gonna look for more blue right now and see what I can come up with. I found these eggs that I think are gonna be awesome. So I'm just gonna kind of cut a bunch of this paper out in the back. I'm gonna use some of this one, just kind of work my way through there. See what we come up with. Okay, so here I just kind of wanted to show you the different colors that I was cutting. I didn't cut too many of them because I felt like as I was going, I would probably maybe think I needed a different texture, a different size, but I did want a variety so that I could at least get started on it. And you'll see that I'm kind of, for the most part, working from the bottom up so that the feathers are kind of laying on top of each other. And then I just got all kinds of different textures. One was even like a Swiffer that had some yellow in it, a Swiffer duster. And I got the flowers involved and, you know, the blues that I showed you before. So it was just a matter of cutting out a variety for the first part. I've been looking and looking, and I finally found a hand tool from a garden. This gal has it right here in her hand, so I'm going to cut that out and put it in maybe one of the blue feathers is what I'm thinking. So I think I'm good on that. And now I've got a lot of feathers cut. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start putting them down, and I'm going to let the camera roll and speed it up for you guys. It's the next morning, and I just worked on it a little while, and I thought, oh, I'll start fresh in the morning. So now I want to do some orange, and I want to do a little bit of the yellow fill in right here. So I looked through the magazine, and I found this, which I thought would be really cool for some feathers. And then I also found this. It's got a lot of orange in here, a couple different textures and things. So also, I thought this might be kind of cool for some of the yellow transition into orange. So I'm just going to work on cutting more of these out. It's a fun project. Like, I'm really enjoying this. This is a great project. I think if you're not good as a painter, you could definitely be good at this. Just another option. So I'm just continuing to cut these out. Most of them have been kind of in a teardrop shape. This video is going to have a ton of editing for me because I know that I'm not just going to want to have you guys sitting here watching me cut all of these little pieces. It's not very entertaining, but I think the end result is going to be great and well worth the effort of this little cutting. Okay, so I'll keep this to the side in case I need more of those. Here's my little guitar, you guys. We're going to fit this in on the orange. Look at it. It is so tiny, but it's going to be fun to stash that in here somewhere. All right, so I'll do one more. And then now I'm going to do some from this here. Let me cut this down a little ways. And we'll go for some of this here. You can even use some of this. I think it's good to use a lot of different textures. It does seem to just work out fine, even though you think they're kind of odd. I'm going to use some of that. Let's try it. So here I just found this page and I really liked what was the color of her dress. I thought that this would be a great transition for the yellow to the orange on the bird's neck. So it's funny, sometimes you'll find it in the weirdest places. Like, who would have ever thought to look at her dress as a transition for a neck of a bird? But it does work. You just have to kind of keep looking and not really looking at what the picture is, but what the texture looks like. So I'm adding the last of the feathers now, and as you can tell, I kind of move them in a direction. They're kind of swooping from the bottom. They kind of swoop up towards the beak, and that's the way that it was in my inspirational picture, and it just looks more natural that way. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Like, I feel like I would really like to do more of these. And there were so many really cool inspirational pieces on Pinterest that I think the possibilities are endless. And I'm definitely going to do some more of these. So now I'm looking at the little guitar here and I got to work it in. I just kind of want to put it somewhere where, it might be something that you like. Oh my gosh, look at that. Here it is. And I've got the other pieces hidden in there too. So I'm just going to speed it up here a little bit for the last pieces so that you can see it kind of come together in the end. See, those ones right now that I'm putting in are completely horizontal compared to the other ones that were vertical at the bottom. I did learn a lot by doing this, and I'm looking forward, like I said, doing some more of it. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoy these. And if you don't mind the music, I think it's kind of just a good way that you can see everything and me to be able to speed it up for you. But I know some people don't like the voiceovers with the speeding up, but this process, it did take a long time. I'm just finishing around the eye here and trying to get the feathers to look a bit natural and not have a stark line across the bottom of the eyeball. I really do think the texture turned out great on the beak. And that was, just kind of looking through the magazine, seeing what might work and, what doesn't work. Lots of fun looking through the magazines, finding all these different textures and colors. Okay, you guys, I think I got it done. Let's go over the prompts and see if I got them all. Okay, so let's get a little closer and I'll start pointing these out. So, a tool commonly found in a garden. In this gal's hand right here are some blue snipping tools for the garden. And then a piece of postcard either side. You saw me cut up that postcard from Knoxberry Farm right here with all the pinks in it and purple. And then a fragrant item from your surroundings. We've got flowers. There's flowers here, and the pink ones are flowers, lots of flowers. And then a paper that has been stained or has a stain. We've got these book pages here that I use the alcohol inks to stain. And then something you could give as a gift. We did candy, and we've got the bunny rabbit right here, and the egg, the Easter egg chocolate. A bonus item would be the musical instrument, and here's our guitar right here. Let's see if you can see it right there. And I'll put a little white dot in his eye because that always makes him kind of come alive. Grab my white dot here. Let's see if this gel pen will work. And we'll put just a little dot in his eye. Now, I was going to put this on the back of, like, maybe mount it with a scene behind it, but I really like this bird and I think I might want to use it for like making cards. So I'm just going to go with this one as my um, number 12 and not take it any farther than this because I'll just put it in my book. Later on, I can take it out and maybe scan it and have cards made or something if I want to do something with that. But I hope you enjoyed today. I know this is not everybody's cup of tea, but oh my gosh, look at the beautiful result if you just take a little time and, if you enjoy this kind of stuff. And my inspiration, this Lisa Morales, I think this is hers, but I'll put them together. They're pretty close to the same thing. I mean, mine's a little different. Mine's got a little bigger breast, but yeah, they look pretty much the same. Anyway, I might try to do something maybe I'd love to do another one maybe where I brought more of the back wing out so you can see the back wing. But these do take some time to do this. I probably spent let me think, maybe 6 hours on this. Maybe not that much, maybe 5 hours, probably 5 hours. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for popping in. Let me know if you like this kind of collage, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.